Good morning, Miramar, and happy Wednesday, March 4th, the start of a new month. I'm Tamara G., your host, and with me right now, we have our fire chief of the city of Miramar, Chief Robert Palmer, and we wanted him to come in because there's been so much information out there about what is happening with the coronavirus, and we wanted to make sure that our Miramar residents and everyone across South Florida are okay and know what's happening. So welcome to the show, Chief. We're so happy to have you.
Tamara G.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
So first time here,
Yes.
and you have been with the city of Miramar for how long?
I've been here about 27 years now.
Wow, awesome. And you are going to be that, the first line of when people get sick, they always call the, 911. So that means that the fire chief, the paramedics, everybody is coming out there to see how folks are doing. What do we know so far about the coronavirus and how it affects the city of Miramar?
Well, for the city of Miramar, we don't have any confirmed anyone that has actually contracted the virus as of yet.
Okay.
Through the state, we have two confirmed, which are the two that throughout the state. There's a few that they're kind of monitoring.
Okay.
I think it's like 100 and some that they're actually monitoring just in case, because I guess they might have met like a pre-screening criteria that maybe they were out of the country. Maybe they came from a what do you call those? A cruise.
Yeah,
a cruise.
where it's rampant.
Right, where it's rampant, and they actually they're kind of monitoring those. But as of right now, we have the two confirmed. There's nothing in Miramar.
Okay.
As of yet.
That's good news.
Yes, that is good news.
Okay, and so to avoid getting sick, I know this sounds so simple, but there are some simple things you can do
Yes.
to keep from getting this virus or any other virus. Tell us what those things are.
Right, that's one of those things that we should actually become as a good habit to actually do. Like for example, washing your hands after you touch anything for at least 20 seconds, and make sure you're using soap. I've seen some people wash their hands with water. They really need to put some soap on there. The sanitizers, make sure that they're alcohol based when you go to purchase them and when you utilize them, because that's all part of that prevention. Another thing obviously you want to do is you want to avoid touching your eyes, your nose, and your face, and your mouth. That's just another way of contracting the illness. And one thing that we really want to strive, especially for the employees, when you're sick, please stay home. I mean, right now we're not sure, what everyone has, but we want to be safe. We want to be prevented so nothing else happens to anyone else.
So it doesn't matter what it is. If you think it's the
Correct.
flu, if you think it's just a common cold,
Correct.
you're asking everybody to please stay at home.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
That just it will help with that. Another one like that is when you cough and sneeze. Cough and sneeze into your elbow. And
I thought everybody knew that.
no, you see, like I said, everything we've talked about has been really great. That they're really just good practices, right? And if you do go to sneeze, and let's just say use a tissue paper over your face, your nose and mouth to sneeze, make sure you throw away that tissue paper after, and you wash your hands after, just to make sure that you've cleaned off everything. Another thing that's a good suggestion is the areas that you mostly use, make sure you're wiping them down and disinfecting them to make sure that you're cleaning as much as you can and disinfecting as much as you can to prevent those things.
So those are cell phones, shopping carts, things like that. Okay. Doorknobs.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's amazing that, so many stores now, when you walk into them, everything is cleared off of the shelves. You got people running out of water, out of Lysol,
Yes.
hand sanitizer. Is there a panic that should be going on right now? Or should people actually prepare for this?
Well, obviously, we always want to prepare because you wouldn't want to take these things lightly. But the one thing that right now, what you don't want to do is kind of overdo. Right now, the shelves might be empty, but they'll eventually be filled back up. Right now, everything's new, and like a lot of times, you're almost kind of scared of the unknown. So what do we prepare for? And there's no. And one of the things that I just want to reiterate, there really is no vaccine for this virus, and there's no medication you can take when you do have it. So that's still something that they're working on, but for the general public and everyone, we just want to just make sure we're doing our due diligence and make sure that we're just keeping ourselves clean, and just all those things that can get you sick. Just make sure we're practicing them.
Okay.
They'll go a long way.
Sounds good. So as Chief Palmer said, one of the first things you need to do is, of course, wash your hands with soap.
With soap, please.
I don't even want to think about it, Chief Palmer. And also, to call 911, those are for emergencies, correct? Those are not
Yes.
just because you think you have a cold.
Yes, absolutely. And the one thing that what the service is doing now is if you have to dial 911, they're starting to do a pre-screening.
Okay.
So one way that a lot of the public says, how are we protecting our public safety? One of the front lines of right off the bat, what's happening is when you do dial 911, the dispatcher's already asking those questions. Have you been out of the country? Have you been in contact with somebody out of the country? Just those basic things that possibly could be red flag. So when we go on these scenes, that if we need to take the extra precaution, we're ready for that.
Okay.
And then those are one of those things. And then for us, if we do have kind of a patient that might have those kind of those screening symptoms, we'll actually notify the hospital if we do have to transport, because we don't want to contaminate the hospital either. So we want to make sure that everybody knows kind of what's happening, even though you may not have it, but it's all precautionary just to make sure that you don't have it.
Okay. And how can people get more information if they want these tips, if they want just to know what's going on? How can they get more information?
The best place to get is your CDC, your Communicable Disease Center.
Okay.
They keep they're actually pretty robust, and they actually have all the good information. But for us, you can actually go to the City of Miramar's website, and you'll actually have, when you go on, you'll actually have a coronavirus kind of like an icon, and you hit that, and it'll take you to different sites. It'll give you what the recommendations, all the links. Okay. And it'll link us to it. You can even go on, our fire department has also, but everything is really just mimicking themselves, just to give you as much information and make you as much aware as possible.
All right, so that's MiramarFL.gov, MiramarFL.gov. Thank you, Chief Palmer, for coming on the show. We're going to have you on more.
I know, I need to. I'm very welcome. Thank you very much.
No, and we thank you for watching, and we'll be right back.